Hello and welcome to KGW News at 5 o'clock. We start with breaking news now in the Dalles. You can see from our sky cam here a brush fire burning near West 13th Street. That's on the northwestern end of the city.
The sheriff's office in Wasco County just told us there are now some level 3 evacuations southwest of 13th Street, and that means go now for people living in that area. The Oregon Department of Forestry says it's about 5 acres right now, and it's sending crews to that area. We'll, of course, keep following this and have updates for you coming up at 6:30. You can also find the latest at kgw.com and our social media channels.
And let's bring in our meteorologist, Joe Ranieri, now to tell us what's going on with the wind right now in the gorge. Joe?
Hey, good evening to you guys. Yeah, the wind is going to be a big factor over the next couple of hours. Gusts right now, it just looked right around 30 to 40 miles per hour. Holding steady, though, about 26 miles per hour coming in from the west. And that's going to help spread the flames over the next couple of hours. Let's bring in the futurecast and show you where the gusts will be here the rest of your afternoon and evening. You can see over near the Dalles, gusts anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour the next couple of hours. And then it'll start to kind of die down a little bit late tonight and into tomorrow. But basically, the winds are really going to be picking up here the next few hours. The other thing we're tracking is more smoke and haze going to be filtering into the metro area over the next couple of days. Not so much this afternoon and evening, but heading into tomorrow and especially into Thursday and Friday. It'll be going from light for tomorrow, but you'll notice that green goes from light to moderate heading into the later part of the week. I'll talk more about the smoke forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Joe. Another difficult day today in the battle against COVID-19. The Oregon Health Authorities reporting 43 new deaths since yesterday.
For many families, the threat of COVID hits close to home as their loved ones fight for their lives in the hospital. Christine Pitawanich spoke with one man praying his mom will pull through.
My name is Matt Gervais. I'm a doctor of physical therapy down in LA.
But now he's in Southern Oregon. His mom, Karen, is on a ventilator in the ICU with COVID-19. She's been sedated and almost unresponsive for nearly a week now.
Prognosis is still really poor. She probably has maybe around a 30% chance of surviving this.
Gervais, as someone who works in healthcare, knew about the seriousness of COVID early on. He warned his mom.
And then when the vaccine came out, I did the same. I said, you got to get vaccinated. This is vital.
But Gervais says his mom had surrounded herself with people who felt differently.
So she ended up actually lying to me about getting the vaccine.
He remembers talking to her 2 Sundays ago.
She had been feeling really bad. And I was like, well, you sound like you got a respiratory thing, Mom. I'm super glad you have the vaccine. That's going to be really, really good. You'll be safe. Even if you have it, you don't have it as bad. You probably won't be hospitalized. So no worries.
But a week later,
she didn't answer her phone. We called 10 times.
Family went to check on her and discovered her passed out on the ground.
And she'd probably been there for 24 plus hours.
Now Karen, a woman who was active at church and in life, is fighting for her life.
Frustrating is not even like an adequate word. It's absolutely infuriating.
Infuriating that this may have been preventable had it not turned so political.
And the frustrating thing is that it has nothing to do with politics.
A loving, kind-hearted woman.
Just a sweet person.
Who got swept up in the misinformation.
And that's the saddest part, is that people will not understand that until they have to lose a couple of family members.
Gervais says the last time he was able to talk to his mom while she was still coherent was about a week ago. He told her he loved her and that he and so many others were praying for her. At that point, she was unable to talk back. And unfortunately, since speaking to him just a day ago, his mom's health has degraded even more. He hopes his story will help others see the importance of vaccination. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.
So sad. We will keep his mom in our prayers. As the pandemic roars along, hospitals are having trouble keeping or finding workers. And that is the case in Medford at Asante Rouge Regional Medical Center. It has lost staff because they left the business or transferred to clinics with less stress and more stable hours. The impact falls on families like the Burrells from Grants Pass. Their 3-year-old has a form of leukemia and needs chemo treatments. But the hospital said because of a lack of staffing last week and this coming week, the family should travel to Portland for treatment.
for us to be told that it's just going to get worse and we can't go to the place that we're supposed to go to get treatment. That's just a little insane. And they're basically saying there's no room for us because of what's going on.
Despite the challenges, there is some encouraging news tonight. The family tells us their daughter is in remission and the outlook is good.
As kids start heading back to the classroom, Multnomah County health leaders are urging people to limit gatherings this Labor Day weekend. Officials say the county is experiencing the highest level of COVID activity since the pandemic started. About 67% of residents have received at least one dose of the vaccine, but because kids under 12 aren't eligible for a shot yet, health leaders are concerned about kids bringing the virus into schools. Students will have to wear masks when they go back to class, and their desks will be 3 feet apart from one another. And many schools are coming up with some creative ways to help kids stay socially distant while eating in the lunch hall to keep everyone as safe as possible.
It was the first day of school for tens of thousands of kids in Southwest Washington today. And for most, it's finally back to full time in the classroom. Tim Gordon reports on how it went.
Well, hi, welcome back. Do you know what room number you're in?
The first day of school at Covington Middle School in the Evergreen District, and 5-day-a-week in-person learning is once again back on.
It has been a while. It's been 18 months since we've had all of our students and staff back in our schools.
The district's Gail Spolar explains that it's possible with COVID safety protocols in place. There is sanitizer out and social distancing required, but it starts with masks, required by state mandate for everyone inside school buildings.
We've heard certainly from some parents that don't want the masks on. We've heard from other parents that think that the kids should have the masks on even when they're outside. And so we are following the state guidelines, Clark County Public Health guidelines.
The same is happening in the Vancouver School District, which includes Hudson's Bay High School. There, we even saw students masked up outside as they did a group activity. Masking in crowded outdoor situations is recommended by Washington health officials.
Good to see you.
Back in the Evergreen District, crossing guards headed out at Silver Star Elementary School to shepherd in students and their parents. For some of these youngest kids, coming to school is a brand new experience.
It's okay to be nervous. We're here to take care of you, okay?
Despite all the warm greetings, first days can be a little overwhelming from elementary school on up.
Yeah, it was a little chaotic, but by and large, people were so excited to be back. The staff was so excited to see the kids, and we'll get those little bumps smoothed out and back at full speed.
And the kids happy to be back together in the classroom, ready to learn all kinds of things, including the importance of staying healthy and safe.
And they're fine wearing masks. Even our little kindergartners were fine wearing masks. It's what we need to do to get back into school.
And for those not returning to class, Evergreen Public Schools is offering an online independent learning option. Tim Gordon, KGW News.
An update now from Newburgh. The school district there will discuss rescinding the ban on political signs and flags in its schools. It's the first issue on the agenda for the school board meeting tomorrow night. The rule banned political symbols, namely a Pride or Black Lives Matter flag on school grounds. Now, some board members, they argued the symbols are divisive, but other people say they promote diversity. The ruling received a lot of backlash and attention locally and nationally. The ACLU of Oregon also threatened legal action if the ban continued.
In the Beaverton School District, groups of protesters squared off last night. Contentious issues include masks in school and education about race in the classroom. Some rallied outside district offices because they weren't allowed to testify in front of the school board. The school board met virtually Monday evening, much to the dismay of the crowd. Counter-protesters also showed up.
We need to look at the future, and masking our children is not the answer.
We are out here to counter protest some organized activity. I do support the need for more comprehensive education about the true racial history of this country, and critical race theory is one of the ways in which we can do that.
Beaverton schools start in little more than a week.
We're still working to learn the name of a man arrested this morning after a violent carjacking. Part of the Montevilla neighborhood went into lockdown during the search. Portland police say the man stole a car at gunpoint from someone at a parking lot on Southeast 92nd and Stark this morning. Officers stopped the car, but the man got out and ran away. They locked down the neighborhood while they looked for him. Everyone was told to stay inside. It took several hours, but police eventually found the man hiding under a crawl space at a home near 93rd and Alder.